Kenya, a country plagued by deadly road accidents. We investigate why.
The steering system has badly worn components on it. It's gone. I wouldn't be able to drive this car and tell you which gear it is in. This car should be a write-off.
So how did this wreck pass a government vehicle safety inspection? Africa Eye goes undercover. Our secret cameras captured driving license corruption.
15K.
We buy driving licenses without ever having to take a test.
Within 3 days,
I've never driven a car. I don't know how to drive, but I have my driving license.
Dangerous vehicles, dodgy driving licenses. Is corruption adding to the carnage?
As long as we have these corrupt individuals in the driving schools and these officers in the inspection centers, we will continue losing innocent Kenyans' lives.
Where are you calling from in Kisumu?
Just another day on Kenya's killer roads.
I've just received a call reporting a road traffic accident involving a truck that had veered off the road.
When the ambulance arrives, the Red Cross crew is confronted with chaos. One person is dead, another 2 are seriously injured. A few meters away, a young man is trapped alive under the lorry. A tow truck attempts to free the trapped man. Tragically, he dies on the way to hospital. Between 2020 and 2021, Kenyan road deaths rose more than 20%. More than 4,500 deaths were reported last year and over 16,000 injuries.
It's depressing to see, the number of people who perish, the number of people who sustain injuries in accidents that could otherwise be avoided.
Former TV reporter Richard Chacha had a flourishing journalism career until he was paralyzed in a road accident 10 years ago.
NTV editor Richard Chacha, Frida Kirema, and CCTV's editor Emmanuel Talam are currently undergoing treatment after the car they were traveling in rolled several times. This is the Toyota Prado they were traveling in when one of the vehicle's rear tires burst.
Angry at the mounting carnage on Kenya's roads, Richard wants to investigate why the death and injury toll is so high and ask whether Kenya's road safety regulator, the National Transport and Safety Authority, or NTSA, is fit for purpose.
We need to act better, we need to act fast and be firm so that we stop these senseless accidents and deaths. We cannot continue keeping quiet without knowing that even your own life could be lost because you kept quiet.
Hi, David.
How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Doing?
Good.
David Kiarie was left with life-changing injuries after a car accident as a child. He is now a passionate road safety campaigner and has agreed to work with Richard to expose NTSA failings.
Our roads are not safe at all. When somebody is leaving from home, you are not guaranteed that you'll be able to go back home safe. It is seriously bad.
As Kenya prospers, the number of people who want to drive has grown. dozens of driving schools have popped up to teach them. We've learned that in some of them, staff can corruptly arrange a driving license.
If you have money in Kenya, you can just buy your license. They don't go to the training. So that means that we have half-baked drivers on our roads.
We've hired an undercover duo, neither of whom can even drive, to infiltrate 2 driving schools. The first, Rocky, which has 30 Kenyan branches. We've learned someone at this Eastleigh branch in Nairobi helps people break the law. Our investigator will say he needs a driving license because he wants to become a taxi driver. We've been told this Rocky employee, Hassan, can obtain licenses for a fee, but what he first offers our investigator is all above board. 3 weeks of driving lessons. But our investigator insists he is too busy to take lessons. No problem, says Hassan. Our man can skip driving lessons and even the driving test.
Sasa hapa na test yako ni 100% guarantee inapita. Lazima nifanyie ngapi mwisho? Maybe 14 mwisho. Sawa, kuna shida. Na tuanze saa hii. Sawa.
Will Hassan deliver? David has no doubts.
You don't need to go to a driving school. You can get all these things. You can get all these documents. And that is where the challenge is.
Another undercover operative visits Peyton's driving school in central Nairobi. Peyton says it has more than 100 branches. We've learned an employee at this branch can supply an illegal license. His name, Silas. He invites our investigator into his office.
Driving license.
Like Hassan at Rocky, Silas also starts by offering 3 weeks of driver training. But when our investigator insists she doesn't have time, Silas suggests skipping the lessons and the test.
In the exam, most of them want to prefer to petitioner. So better for you at the end exam.
Silas also offers a fast-track service. Our investigator pays the first installment.
4, 5, 6, 7.
How is it possible our investigators are being offered illegal driving licenses? Governed by the NTSA, the driving license system is meant to be incorruptible. So too is the system of ensuring Kenya's fleets of matatus, passenger-carrying minibuses, are roadworthy. All have to pass annual NTSA safety checks. But, like driving licenses, can the system be corrupted? David Carrier believes so, claiming he has tested it himself.
Our inspections are full of corruption. I've gone there. I've taken a vehicle, removed everything, even the brakes. And the vehicle was given a sticker. It is a matter of money. You have money, your vehicle will pass any inspection unit.
Is what David says he uncovered a one-off? We decided to find out. We bought the most dilapidated matatu we could find. We took it to 2 top mechanics to get their professional opinion.
The steering system has badly worn components on it. It's gone. I wouldn't be able to drive this car and tell you which gear it is in.
There's a shock that is already detached here.
The car is basically falling apart. In my opinion, this car is something that needs to be scrapped.
I think I need to leave this list here.
Benson and Benwick found this matatu was riddled with faults.
I would say this car is a danger driving it on the road.
Surely, NTSA inspectors wouldn't pass this wreck as safe. But that's exactly what we are told will happen at the Thika NTSA Inspection Center, a 45-kilometer drive from Nairobi. Meet our Mr. Fix-It, James Mathengi, who it's claimed has a contact in the NTSA test center. After a quick look, Mathengi gives his verdict. All cosmetic work, no examination of the matatu's mechanical condition. After being handed the vehicle's paperwork, Mathengi heads to the NTSA testing center. Half an hour later, he's back. We only have Mathengi's word for what passed between him and the NTSA official. But if true, again, it's all cosmetic fixes, no mention of dangerous mechanical faults. Mathengi later talked of his alleged NTSA connections. Our operative hands over the cash. Under Mathengi's direction, work starts to give the matatu a cosmetic makeover. To save money, we also do some of the cosmetic work ourselves. It gets a partial paint job, and lights and a windscreen are fitted. Mathengi also wants an electronic speed governor installed. The safety test is booked for 3 days' time. Will it pass? Brian Dege survived the horrific lorry accident we featured earlier. Later, he told us how he and his best friend, David Okeri Ontita, were walking home from work when the lorry hit them.
Nako kanjia, hakuna penye tungetoroka hivi. Hata penye ili lose control, hata ilitupata, hata hatukufika kugeuka.
Brian suffered an injured neck and a broken leg. David was killed.
Sasa imagine kutupa mtu kama huyo, ni mtu mwenye juu that hata tulikuwa tunapendana, ile lafu tulikuwa nao pamoja. Simu yake ndio hii hapa. The moment alipata ajali, simu yake ili crack this way. Yani yazini siku hiyo pain nayo ni pain nyingine mbaya sana yenye hata sitaki kuielezea. Sitaki hata yazini hiyo kitu inaniuma mbaya sana. Juu rafiki yangu
familia yake ameacha hivyo.
A life ended. Lives changed forever by Kenya's killer roads.
Kimunya will be accorded treatment just like an ordinary member of parliament, whether President Kibaki sacks him or not.
Richard was lucky to survive his crash. He and his family know well the devastating impact accidents can have.
Former Vice President, this was an interview. Politics was my thing. All those political gatherings and parliament, it was very interesting.
I loved whatever he was doing, seeing him on screens, listening to him on radio. I felt proud.
I was a very good footballer, by the way.
Within a twinkle of a minute, everything changed.
Paralyzed from the waist down, Richard spent months in hospitals before he could return to work.
It was very tough. I remember I used to run around in corridors of parliament conducting interviews. And then I realized I couldn't even access most buildings.
After 15 years on Kenya's TV screens, Richard gave up his beloved reporting job. He's now head of communications for Mombasa County's health department.
It took a very long time for me to accept what had happened, to even accept that I was not feeling my legs and I couldn't walk.
Time to see if our made-over Matatu will pass its road safety inspection. It still has its mechanical faults, but Madenge takes the vehicle into the testing center anyway. A short while later, he's back. Still no mention of the Matatu's dangerous defects. We take the vehicle away for an all-over paint job and a couple more cosmetic fixes. Unroadworthy vehicles and unlicensed drivers can play a part in Kenya's road accidents. But is highway design also a factor?
So we must put safety first. Even when we are thinking about constructing a road, let us put safety on that road.
Kenya is crisscrossed by roads which have gained a deadly reputation. On the notorious Nairobi-Nakuru highway, Richard meets Eita Madete.
Hi, Eita. Hi, how are you? Fine, how are you?
Fine.
Eita is an architect who believes bad design causes road accidents.
Accidents are preventable. The way we design our roads are causing accidents. So if an accident happens, look at the design of the road.
Pedestrians make up around a third of the 4,500 plus Kenyan road deaths. Eita believes designing safe pedestrian crossings and junctions is critical to reducing deaths.
In this particular junction, there's a curve. There's a curve coming up to the road, there's a curve going down, so there's a lot of blind spots. Beyond that, this is a crossroads, a major junction, yet there's no speed bumps, there's no rumble strips to slow the cars down. All of these things can be redesigned and thought of in a bit more detail to prevent road accidents in such a major junction.
While a child, Eita's mother, Agrippina, was killed in a road accident. Her mother's death helps inspire Eita's passion for road safety.
From your experience, do they consider such issues in the roads that are coming up?
No. Roads are so expensive that safety factors comes almost a by the way if there's extra money, but most of the time there isn't. For me, because of my experiences, I believe that a road should not be built unless we are going to build it to be completely and 100% safe.
This half-zebra crossing to help school children daily cross this fast-moving highway suggests ETA might be right. The Kenya National Highway Authority, which develops, maintains and manages national trunk roads, declined to comment on ETA's views or the half-zebra crossing. Silas from Payton's driving school has delivered on our undercover reporter's driving license. It's cost us 15,500 Kenyan shillings, around $140 and arrives just short of a month after meeting him.
I've never driven a car. I don't know how to drive, but I have my driving license, as you can see. How many people out there, they have their driving license and they don't know how to drive, and they will just risk people's life.
Paytons said it should not be associated with Silas' actions, saying it strictly abides by the law and driving school regulations with authorized staff and NTSA accredited trainers in place to deal with students. Silas, they say, was not authorized staff or an accredited trainer and acted in a personal capacity to serve his own interests. Silas told us he denies any wrongdoing. Hassan at Rocky Driving School takes longer than Silas. Then he finally comes through. Our undercover reporter has his license without taking a driving test. For another 6,000 Kenyan shillings, Hassan says he can provide a plastic or so-called smart license using an NTSA insider. Upper Hill in Nairobi is the NTSA's national headquarters. Hassan even lets our reporter speak to Jeremiah, the alleged NTSA insider. It's arranged for our reporter to go to NTSA headquarters.
Okay, sawa bro. Monday nikikuja. Some Monday nikikuja nani atanishughulikia huko? Wewe tu. Okay, sawa.
3 days later, our reporter meets Jeremiah at NTSA headquarters.
Said go to that room. There's another room where people were queuing for biometric fingerprints and pictures.
We could not use our secret cameras inside because of NTSA security systems.
They took my fingerprints and my picture, and then I was told I was good to go.
When our reporter later picks up his license from Jeremiah at NTSA headquarters, he says the NTSA man wanted another 2,000 Kenyan shillings before handing it over.
Everything was done within the premises there at NTSA headquarters in a broad daylight. So that shows a lot how the system is so corrupt.
Hassan admits acting illegally, but says despite him being a Rocky employee, he fixed our license through another driving school. Currently suspended, he says he is sorry, promising never to do it again. Rocky told us it is a strong advocate for road safety and ensures all students are fully trained, passing tests on merit. We've followed James Mathenge's instructions to the letter and done a full respray. Will it now finally pass the safety test? In total, we gave Mathenge 24,000 Kenyan shillings, just over $200 US. Will any of our cash be given to bribe someone, as Mathenge had earlier claimed? An hour later, he returns. The following day, we received NTSA confirmation our Matatu minibus can now legally be driven on the road and even carry 14 passengers. Back to Benson and Benvick again.
So the wiring on this car is very dangerous. It could short any time and it will cause a fire. If you check the steering the way it is, its alignment is completely off. All the components are completely worn. The fuel filter is not even attached.
We've come up with almost 39 faults.
This car is unroadworthy, honestly speaking. This car should be a write-off.
How could this vehicle possibly pass a safety test? Did Mathenge bribe someone? Were testers naive or incompetent? We asked James Mathenge why he told us he had corrupt NTSA connections and why he took this Matatu in for a safety inspection knowing it was in bad shape. He did not respond. The NTSA said it is committed to road safety and has a zero-tolerance policy towards corruption. It is investigating all wrongdoing highlighted in this program, which it described as raising serious integrity and safety concerns.
As long as we have these corrupt individuals in the driving schools and these officers in the inspection centers, we will continue losing innocent Kenyans' lives.
It's not the absence of laws that is the problem. It's the implementation of those laws.
There are so many things which should change.
And it starts from the top.
It has to start from the top. And then we make our road safe.
It remains to be seen whether those in charge of Kenyan road safety act to enforce the law. How many more will die if they don't?